Alrighty, so we got a very interesting little teaser over here in the realm of Central and Southern Africa. Vaguely over into here, into South Africa, over here into here. A lot of sort of interesting little bits and bobs we got going on over here. Between, New Aldebaran and the Portuguese kingdom in exile over here. Also interesting little things we got going on over here. All sort of interesting bits. Also, by the way, I got the music for that super very long time ago. I think they changed it here, but I just remembered when I saw this over here. I just remember the song that was used over here because somebody linked it. So I'm using that over here for the background music. Because you know what they say, variety is the spice of life. And the spices over here are very spicy. All sorts of spice we got going on over here. And yeah, I'm actually kind of excited for whenever there's new content over here. Because it's a very interesting little conflict that we got going on over in here. Between the two forces that we got going over here. So we actually got this is a 3-part teaser over here. So yeah, we be eating good over here for your boys in JD. In the realm of JD, rather. It's gonna be great, it's gonna be grand, it's gonna be beautiful. Beautiful even. It's gonna be pretty neat actually. Between the various things we got going on over here. The various things we got going over here within the state of Africa over here. Between bad and worse, basically. Basically, I use crash. Anyways, we got the Harbingers of Insanity in the Exiled Kingdom over here, and the Central African remains tense new conflict may arise over here. The Great Bush War over here. So, on the side of Insanity, we got the Cameroon. National Autocracy under Voldemort Papst. Over there. I saw that icon actually for that ideology a long ass time ago. I thought it was that was like a the Kaiserist ideology, like the generic ideology, like having ideologies for generically over here, but it's not from what I've seen over into here. From what I've seen over here, it's very much interesting. A little bit of bits and bobs we got going over here. Anyways, the Goss like New Aldebaran over there. I thought about butchering some names over here. Words bad. Anyways, over here, likes commented Kenya oligarchy on Tom Chomadile. I think I remember seeing him. If I remember correctly, in TNO, he appears if the African likes commissariats succeed. Like got a full African Shield victory over there, if I remember correctly over there. I haven't seen a play TNO in ages, so I do apologize if I don't really remember much over here. But yeah, if I remember correctly, he appears during the South Africa War, shortly after during an event chain over here. I remember correctly where with the Gross African share likes that, if that's the name, comes in and tries to annex him over there. It causes a whole second South African civil war over there, and he appears in there. Interesting that he's appearing over here now, of course. So then again, though, them Nat sucks ain't here, but this is at about as close as we can get, really. About close. We don't have like exact Nat sucks over here because it's so radically different from what. Something like so radically different before over here. It's yeah, very much got some insane to the membrane level shit over here. And lastly, like Commissary Ostifica under Eugene Future. Actually, it's a system over there. So yeah, it's probably like a different ways of doing different governance over into here. We got an oligarchy over here doing our little thing over here. National autocracy over there, kind of doing our little thing over here. We're just trying to play out both sides over here. And then we got the reactionary esotericist dude over there doing probably like the most low over here. So it's probably like varying degrees of loyalty from what I'm seeing over there. But it is interesting to see how this plays out over here. I don't know whenever there's get content over the other there are like little puppet states and nations for these two sides. If we get content over them, it might just be the main one over here. It might be all of them. We shall see. It would be very interesting to see how like the puppets. If the puppets do get content, how that would play out over here. It would be pretty neat to figure out some interesting things we got going on over here. Between the states that we got in Africa. And lastly, The Portuguese kingdom exile here, paternal monarchism. The most paternal oligarch, the Ruti II over there. I can't remember exactly. I think he was one of the fucking I think it was like one of the kings over there. I know. Trying to remember because I don't know. Salazar keeps mucking up my memories over here about anything Portuguese related, so it's a bit of a pain in the ass. But under his side, we got the Directorate of Zambia. Physically, they got the government military dictatorship over here. Makes sense over there. They got the Protectorate of Rhodesia and the Hawaii Valencia until the dictatorship over here. I'm assuming that's because of, you know, the Entente collapse over here and Rhodesia is still a thing over there into there. These been doing Rhodesia things. Because it's not over here. Yeah, if you're thinking it from binary terms, there's a difference between a bad to worse over there. Like, you got a kingdom in exile, still with a mild amount of colonialism. And then you got the big dick, the big dick imperialists over into here, or the aldebaran. Very intriguing those sides over here. Also nice background artwork by the way over here. Very much showing out the horrors of the Congo. The Congo. And you know, Africa and all that shit over there. Africa always gets a short end of sticks and every time I'm over here. Feels bad, man. I feels pretty bad over there. But there are going to be some Pan-African stuff over here, the Liberty African people stuff. Don't want that to come out over there. I know Liberia's a thing over there, and I'm very interested to see how Liberia's going to be. But it is going to be interesting to see how all these, like the different, like the Pan-Africans, the fucking, the wannabe Nats, looks like the Thor Society, and then, you know, generic imperialist dudes. And then last over here we got the Great Bush War. The war that is great on the bush. All sorts of interesting things that we can get over into here. Interesting shit that can pop over into here. The Great Bush War. Today's drums of war once again thundering off Africa as the Prussian regime in Congo, acknowledged that the Hutti's conquest and not the boys over here, has crossed. Yeah, yep. 68. Ah, Jesus Christ. Let's cut them both in the Portuguese holding Angola, Mozambique over there. With the global attention point elsewhere, whether that be in the health of Le Patron, the original steps of the ruins in America over here. So, based on this over, I'm assuming that this takes place before the death. So, sometime within the first year, that'd be 1956. Yeah, because the whole Eurasian steps is overtaken. Because 57 is when all shit goes down. Congo's wild hearts ablaze with dramatic war drums and prayers to extraterrestrial lineages. Oh yeah, all that weird, all sorts of weird shit over there. It's gonna be interesting to see how that would play. How playthrough would that be? While the Portuguese would basically flood to defend their holies and north, putting every single man regardless of race in a fight for survival. More pragmatism, anyways. Many speculate on who will win the war. While it seems that New Aldebaran is the clear victor, no one can deny its extreme overextension and rebellions of black nationalists, risking to tear all six group apart, especially as the king forces are calling upon the former British garrisons in the area. Few yet believe in Aldebaran's bold claim about hydroelectric super weapons, even spacecraft to solve the war in their favor. Yeah, all that, you know, Dark Age agents bullshit. Oh, that's too good. That's too fucking good. One thing is clear. This way we have the future Africa, where the rooster Beckloff holds his ground over the Reichsladler beak swallows whole. The fate of millions will be decided as the bushes, the jungles of the Black Continent. The fire two evils over here. Yeah, but there's a difference between. It's like the devil you know and the devil that will fucking murder you. Anyways, over here. Should darkness engulf the world over into here? Because they are Aldebaran victorious in Africa. Before that over here, we might as well read the Great War of Superman. Great Bush War over here, that's Superman before I should read it. Only one who's born a hero has a place in our order. Only the Lord of pure will can march toward the end, breaking in the gates of the city of eternal life. Because Serrano. Yes. The battle of will. The will to fight, the will to power, and the will to do shit, basically. All sorts of fucked up things. Come on over here. Anyways, New Aldebaran. The dark turn of events when we also announced true victory over the remainder of the Portuguese monarchy at the end of 800 years of history. While no empire lasts forever, or New Aldebaran was certainly not expected to be the one to claim the fate of the ancient empire. Despite the Ruti's best effort to defy the monarchy's death, fate could no longer be deferred. The alienist ideology spread further through Africa, doubling the size of New Aldebaran. And it's that a period of recovery consolidation will happen after the overseas declaration of peace for the island. While it is clear to the non-Aryans, however, that this peace is not a commodity for non-citizens, what happens in the final horrors is not a matter of God and King, but their own life or death. The door will stop beating. For now. Because if I remember correctly, I think New Aldebaran can actually try to reclaim Germany. Which is going to be a fucking mission over there. It's going to be like... It's going to be quite a journey. That would be an interesting place to do, going from like Africa to fucking Europe over here and just doing all sorts of weird fuck up esoteric bullshit. And seeing just how that would play out over there. I'd be very intrigued over here. The Treaty of Yggdrasil. A darkness rises over the African continent, as New Aldebaran triumphed over the Portuguese exile. As soon as an idea was introduced that all men were equal before God, that world was bound to collapse. Collapse it shall. Consequences will be severe. See, Africa is getting big over here, absorbing all of the territory over here. Angola, Zambia, Zimbabwe, Rhodesia over here, and Mozambique over there. It can get big. It can get big as fuck. The biggest as fuck over there. It would be interesting. I wonder how big it can actually get over there. I wonder if there's like any sort of like a uprising that can occur actually. But a light can shine over there. Will it be from a potential uprising seen or from the Portuguese? The exile triumph in Africa. The Portuguese kingdom exile have taken a little more than Dirty's second refusal to accept defeat, but this persistent attitude can reverse fate. The European monarchy in Africa seems to have found its place after the coordinated collaborative effort by the Portuguese exile kingdom and nationalist levels in the Atlantic compensate to fight back against Maria Orsig's reign of terror in New Aldebaran, resulting in a hard-fought victory. Official Iberian sources differ across the board. Some leaders are giving praise for what they believe it deserved, but we do not recognize the monarchist rebellion in Africa. I must admit, the story of those aliens was unsettling. Commandant leader Francisco Rula Prieto is confident as a result of the bush war over there. Yes, unsettling. Very unsettling. I am glad Sandy has someone returned to Africa to Rudy's second declared Victory Day to be a national holiday to rejoice in a much needed victory. Give praise to those who fought for God and country, but more like those who did not live to see the outcomes of their sacrifice. Although fate of former rights commissariat remains on the side, natural levels continue to struggle for independence as the unsung hero of the Bush War. Liz not only in the machination of the alien regime, but the victory promises to let the world witness evil in its pure form when the fog of war clears. Lost, not forgotten over here. I wonder if we're gonna have something akin to the fucking Nuremberg trials in this time over there. That was done by Portuguese and pure exiled colonists. That'll be funny. Actually, hold on. Sorry about that. We think we'll get some more water. So I'll do pause right there. Pause. Oh, my throat's kinda I do a pause for that again. Anyways, Treaty of Landa. After the Bush War, that was in the Portuguese exiles be back in New Aldebaran. Then one Portugal was forbade by the sea more than another Portugal. In that slice, in that portion, that be it. Portugal was made by the Atlantic. All the Atlantics over here. And this is its fate. Put it over there. Expansions. A wee bit of expansion over there. But the very least over there. Probably would lead into New Aldebaran collapsing over here. As the natives use that opportunity to uprise. Very intriguing stuff we got going over in here. And very interesting little stuff we got going on about over there. To the peace. Some of these are like scripted peace treaties. Fine by me. It'd be very interesting to see how scripted that would be. How scripted isn't going to be what I mean. All sorts of differences and how that would play out between the various nations over there. But the dad said you cannot truly conquer a nuclear superpower, even in this fucked up world. But lastly over here, may God help the natives if the fucking New Aldebaran does a bit of gaming. Okay, consolidation of Central Africa. They do so much gaming over here. And yeah, it's pretty much like a little preview of things to come over here if New Aldebaran actually wins. The fever dream in Africa became increasingly prevalent with each development of New Aldebaran, Recently, the semi-autonomous governments of Cameroon, West Africa, and Kenya have been more or less peacefully integrated under the rule of Maria Orsic. By the better of it, enable burns of political no regionalized conversations in each satellite state, independence has become farther from reach than ever. The divide and conquer strategy was expertly employed after the existential foreign threat of the Portuguese kingdom in exile had been conquered. But no immediate external threat, new aldebaran moves military and political influence toward the internal sphere. Their rebellions were first to be pacified, with the brunt of the fighting being done by the puppet states. As the allies conversated exhausted their military resources, Orsic pointed new aldebaran's military towards the so-called allies while promising repatriation for the collaborators. Each worker said accepted their respective ultimatum. Whether a more was conversion or a war incentive, who could see for sure? So yeah, that's why that's why I was wondering exactly how that would happen over here. So yeah, it's pretty much either by words and by money or by blade. The puppets were integrated into there. So that's gonna be like a recurrent thing over here. Like if there's more next conversations that could come over to here. But we shall see whenever Africa gets this big old content with the big old updates. For now, collaborative like conversations await repatriation. Through the world of the making that like clue is worth a little the most. Sure, they're facing lions when I eat their face. Maybe, potentially, theoretically. Who knows over there? All sorts of things that happen. Give it enough time. Give it all sorts of time over there, and it's very interesting to see how that would play out. How this whole thing would play out over here. But this is pretty much like the whole start of it over here. Various states in Africa doing state things in Africa, and the battle between bad and worse, basically. Okay, so and you know, the enemy reminded me of my friend and all this stuff, and may God have mercy for Maria Orsic won't. Instead, to let the extraterrestrials do their bidding. But an interesting little thing over here. It's a very unique, like little conflict over here. I never really see something like this with other mods over here. There might have been, but I just have like the select few that I stick with over here. Might be others that have something similar to this stone, but this is like a very unique little conflict over here between two imperialist factions over here, with varying degrees of bad and worseness in them. And I like how it is over here. It's a very much interesting little more conflict over here, and I very much am curious to see how this is going to be spared upon in the updates that pertain to it over to there. It will be very interesting to see exactly, because I'm very curious about all this shit, and I'm extremely curious about what could come after this over here. Maybe though, that's got to wait until updates pertaining to that comes out, and at the very least it's going to be intriguing little stuff over to here. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the little teaser video on I'm basically Central Africa, between these two little factions and what they could possibly have. I very much look forward to when content comes from them over here. It's gonna be a long ass time, but at the very least it's gonna be a little cool thing we got going on over here. Very cool stuff over here, because it interests me over here to see how fucking bad things could get. If only I knew how bad things really are. Or in this case, how bad things could be. Yeah, because you see, the future is changing. It's always that version over here, and like every horror film model over here is not going to be the exact same place every time. So it will be interesting to see different stages that could occur with this. So yeah, your boy the Master over here. I'll see you guys, and whenever teaser next go on over here. Yeah, sorry about that. Thought over here. It's a bit parched actually. Which is weird because I drink a lot of water, but it is what it is. Anyways, I'll see you guys whenever I do this over here. It's been pretty interesting seeing JD coming over here. Just less than a week until now. Very nice. Until then, I'll see you guys later. Bye.